Welcome to the vlog. This is episode 2 of the road to Ironman 70.3. Let's go. And we're back. Gym session complete. This vlog, I said in the last one I'd make it less chaotic, and it is extremely chaotic. Well, it's not yet, but it will get chaotic. It is a Tuesday, so that means I've got cheer tonight. I've got to travel down to London. However, I've been to the gym this morning, like usual. I usually go to the gym. I did an hour back and bi sesh, and then I did a 5k run to finish. We're back now. I haven't biked today, because I did a bike yesterday. I did an FTP test yesterday, which is my functional threshold power, which is basically like your maximum heart rate, but in biking terms, it's the maximum wattage output you can produce, the amount of power you can produce. So I had to do a test for that, so then I can sort of base my plans for my biking off that percentage, or off that watt maximum score, and then make a percentage from that for my sessions. So yeah, I'm gonna insert the clips here, and then I'll cut back to my future self. This was yesterday, so this was Monday, and then I'll cut back to Tuesday today. But yeah, let's go back to yesterday's bike session. Today we're testing my FTP on my bike, which I'll explain in a second. It's a ramp test, so it's going to slowly ramp up the intensity over time, and then at the end it will calculate my FTP. We're going to do one of these. It'll probably be horrendous because I've only been cycling for about a week, so I just need to get a baseline of where I'm at, and then we can go from there. But yeah, let's get it done. It is extremely hot in here today, so we've got a fan, because I learnt my mistake from last time that it's ridiculously hot. And yeah, I've got my bike. I've got some electrolytes for the bike as well. My camera's on half charge, so let's hope it doesn't die before I finish this test. Let's get this test done. We're on our fourth block, we're at 160 watts. Started at 100, went to 120, 140, 160, ramp it up to 180. So that's the whole idea, is to gradually ramp up the test, which is why it's called a ramp test. It's so hot in here already. Trying to do this while filming is proving hard, so I'm just going to hold the camera. Yeah, we're at 240 watts. We are 12 minutes into the test. My legs are literally burning. The actual test goes on for another 8-9 minutes, but it's obviously how long you can keep going at a certain pace, and when you drop below that pace, it'll cut you off the test, and that's your FTP. But Jesus, this is burning my legs. Okay, that's the test done. I don't know if that was good or poor effort. I need to look into what the actual FTP table is to see how good I was or not. So I got to 280 and my legs burned. Oh my god, my legs are on fire. I've now got a 10-minute cooldown to do on this, and then we can see the results after, but my legs are burning. Okay, finally cooled down. Finished on 194, so that's my FTP baseline now. Who knows if that's good or bad. We're gonna do some research, look into it, and then I'll do a debrief later, because my camera's about to die as well, so I'm sort of trying to race to beat the clock on that. But yeah, that's sort of my baseline for where I'm gonna set my workouts from. So my workouts will be in like the range of 60 to like 95% of that FTP pace. So confusing. I'll explain that when I know a bit more about it. Okay, welcome back to Future Self. Back to Tuesday. You've just seen the clips from the FTP test yesterday. I'm still yet to explain it and explain the scores, but I got a score of 194, which I've looked up and is actually not that bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Considering I've been biking a week, I'll take it. But yeah, I'll explain all that eventually. I'll get around to doing that. But for now, I need to get showered, I need to eat, and then I'm just gonna chill for a bit. I've done some client programming for my own business, Hammond Fit. If you don't know, get to know and sign up now. But yeah, I've done some of that this morning, so I have done some work this morning, then I went to the gym. But yeah, it is 12:01. Let's get showered, let's get some food in me, and then we'll chill for a bit, and then I'll pick this camera back up in a little bit. It's gonna be a long day, because it always is on a Tuesday and Thursday. We don't get back in till like 12:30, 1, depending on traffic tonight, so, well, tomorrow morning basically. But yeah, let's go and get sorted. Okay, I completely forgot to pick its camera up earlier. It's now 4 o'clock and we're leaving for Cheer. I'll just pick this camera up when I get to Cheer before I go in, and then after we're done, and then I'll probably do a debrief tomorrow because I've completely forgot. But yeah, let's go to Cheer and get this done. I'll see you in a bit. Finally back home. It's 25 to 1. I'm knackered. But yeah, I forgot I was vlogging. We got to Cheer, and then we did Cheer, and now we're back. And it took us like 2.5 hours to get back from London, so that's quite good. But yeah, I'm knackered. I'll speak to you in the morning. Okay, we're back. It is Wednesday now, so this video has been going on for like 3 days, and it's been a bit chaotic, but we're back. I finally got time to make a debrief, and I sort of just want to go over a few things in this debrief quickly, sort of that I wanted to explain in the video but never got round to. So first of all is going back to Monday when I did my FTP test. I never actually fully explained what FTP is, and sort of, well, I've made a graph. ChatGPT has helped me make a graph. I'm no artist, but I think that's pretty good. But yeah, I've got this, and I'm going to explain it basically for myself as well, because I'm still learning, and just so anyone watching can also understand what the hell I'm going on about, because sometimes even I don't know. Okay, so like I tried to explain in the video, FTP is your functional threshold power. So it's basically the highest amount of power that you can sustain for an hour, or near enough an hour, until your legs basically blow up and you can't pedal anymore. Like, it's the highest output of what's produced within that hour and sustain for that hour. It's basically used to set training zones, so like easy, medium, hard pace, and then we can use that to create plans, because you don't want to be going at 100% of your maximum FTP all the time, because that will lead to injuries, and it's also not building that aerobic base. So that zone 2 work for running, we still have the same zone 2 work for cycling, which I'm slowly learning. So we do the FTP tests to understand where your baseline level fitness is, and then if your FTP goes up, that means your fitness levels are going up on cycling, which is a good thing. So hopefully after a few more weeks or a few months, when I retake the FTP test, mine will have gone up. Okay, then using my little graph that I made, I'm quite proud of this. As you can see, time, power, you're starting off from 0. You work your way up towards your FTP, which is this line here, and then that's the amount of power that you can sustain for the hour mark or around the hour. Anything above your FTP is basically you're going to be sprinting on the bike or going at a faster pace, which is going to obviously burn your legs out quicker, and you won't be able to sustain that for the hour, and you'll blow up quicker. Anything below that is going to be your easy pace, so you should be able to sustain that for obviously longer than an hour, and that's going to be your more like zone 2 work. So that's where I'll spend most of my time training within that space, and then working my way up towards my FTP, sometimes going above, and yeah, that's my graph. Hope it helps. Did some more diagrams. Maths, I'm awful at maths, so the calculator has definitely been used for this. My FTP, 194, that was my first ever FTP test, and I scored 194. So is that good? Let's see. Each FTP test is sort of individualized to the person, so you have to use your weight and sort of your experience as well. So I'm a beginner, so obviously mine is going to be lower, so that's what I've got to keep in mind. I'm not going to be a professional cyclist after 1 week. So we take our FTP and our weight, and we have this calculation. So we do 194 over 76, and that gives us 2.55 watts per kilogram. So then the beginner range for like a beginner cyclist, sort of like a overall range, is anywhere between 1.5 and 2.4. Like that's a good beginner range for your FTP score, and mine came out at 2.55, so mine's just above the beginner range, and the good range is 2.5 to 4, so we're just into the good range. So I'm happy with it after a week of cycling, and to be honest, not cycling much at all as a kid. Maybe I'm just a natural born cyclist, which I don't really want to be. I just want to be able to cycle well for this half Ironman, and maybe a full in the future, but we'll see about that. So yeah, that's sort of the main boring bit of the FTP test and why I did it, just to sort of explain to anyone watching. And I mean, it was good for myself as well to get a bit more of an understanding about it. Yeah, that's sort of everything I wanted to touch on regarding that, but moving on. So yeah, the FTP test was Monday, and then I filmed in the gym on Tuesday, which was the clips at the start of this video. And my current split, I still want to be training in the gym 4 to 5 to 6 times a week. Like I don't really want to stop training in the gym because that's what I enjoy. I do enjoy my weight training, so I'm going to continue doing that. So I did a back and bi session on that Tuesday, which I recorded, and then I had cheer at night. So we drove to London, had a 2-hour practice, and then got home at 12:20 to 1. So it's quite a late night. And then I've got up this morning, I've been to the gym already. I did a leg session, been on the bike. But yeah, that's sort of everything I want to touch on now for that. I'm going to go into my full split eventually in another video, sort of explain what my week of training looks like. But yeah, that's sort of a little insight into what my training was. And this video was just going to be the FTP test, and then I thought, why not just make it one long video? So that's why it's been a bit jumbled around. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the video there, and I will see you next week for another video, which I'll be making soon. But yeah, thanks for watching.